Now, even though I like JEPQ, the JP Morgan Nasdaq Equity Premium ETF, and I've been holding on to shares of JEPQ pretty much ever since it started trading years back, I've been talking about the idea of selling off some of my shares of JEPQ, if not all my shares, and invest that money into something that offers maybe more income generation potential and or things like maybe better tax treatment on the income. So that's exactly what I did as of recently. I sold off 100 more shares of JEPQ for somewhere up around $5,000 more or less, and reinvested that money into several different names that I think offer better total return potential and better tax treatment in the future. So if you guys are curious to see what I bought with my proceeds from selling JEPQ, I'm going to go through exactly that and more in this video. So if this sort of thing interests you at all, make sure to stick around, drop a like down below, and let's get right into it. My A to Z Dividend Investing ebook has already helped countless dividend investors get started with their journey. And my custom dividend tracker, the one I use all the time on my videos, has also helped so many investors stay organized and has actually helped them see their dividend income grow. Well, today I have something even better for you guys. When you click the first link down below in my description and you grab my A to Z Dividend Investing ebook, today you're not only going to get the ebook, but you're also going to be getting the custom dividend tracker, which you can use to track your own dividend income ongoingly, get direct access to my personal email where you guys can email me any questions regarding dividend investing. You're also going to receive a link to view all of my holdings inside my 7-figure dividend portfolio and see all the positions I add and take away ongoingly. And you're going to get for absolutely free my brand new high yield dividend investing ebook, where I show you the power of maximizing some of these high yielding ETFs and teach you everything there is to know about that also. This is going to be your one shot to grab everything inside of one single bundle, but you got to move quick because I'm not going to offer this for long. Now with all that, let's get back into the video. So the first ETF that I bought more of with some of my proceeds from selling off some JEPQ is a name that I'm sure a lot of you guys guessed. I think I used around 60% of all the proceeds and bought some more QQQI, the Nasdaq 100 high income ETF, which offers very similar things that JEPQ offers, but does so a little bit better in my opinion. Now the Nasdaq 100 high income ETF is nothing new in my portfolio. I already own several hundreds of shares of it. And a few things I like about this ETF better than JEPQ, for example, is the fact that it offers a higher distribution rate, around 14.31% as of right now, and the distributions are much more consistent, which also is important if you're someone like myself that wants to use your distributions, your dividends, to retire on later on in the future. And even though this is much more of a personal ask, I do want to be receiving a ton of income inside my portfolio in the form of return of capital, ROC. And if you look into the supplemental tax information 19A-1 notices, a lot of the income is in the form of ROC. Now, by selling off JEPQ and buying more of this one, I'm going to be getting more income, hopefully, more consistent income and more tax-friendly income at that. The next name I bought some more shares of is MAGY, the Mag 7 covered call ETF from Roundhill. This ETF has been one that I've been trying to stack more and more shares of as of recently because I like what it offers. This ETF offers Mag 7 exposure, but through a high income strategy, and offers a massive distribution rate, 34% as of right now. It also offers weekly distributions, which have been very handy to get more income in the portfolio a little bit faster to then reinvest, of course, into more income generating assets. This ETF as of so far has been maintaining its price pretty well and has been offering very consistent distributions around 37 cents, 38 cents per share per week, which has been amazing. Now, even though I would never be comfortable to have something like MAGY make up the majority of my portfolio, having small little satellite positions with names like this, maybe $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 positions can definitely help boost up the income and the exposure of some more volatile names in my long-term portfolio. The next name I grabbed more shares of with my proceeds from JEPQ is BLOX, the Nicholas Crypto Income ETF. This ETF, although a small position in my portfolio, I've been waiting to grab more of it. And this is simply because I still am trying to get a little bit more exposure to Bitcoin, Ethereum, crypto-related companies, plus the weekly income, of course. BLOX does all this pretty well. Now, BLOX has a 36% distribution rate, has been able to maintain its price performance very nicely, and offers around 18 cents, 17 cents, 16 cents, more or less per share per week. Again, a name that I would never make up the majority of my portfolio just because the underlying is a little bit too high beta, but a name that I'm definitely grabbing more of, especially if we see more dips in the market. Now, last but not least, a boring position that I used the rest of the money to buy more of. I used around $1,000 of the proceeds to buy more a week. The weekly T-bill ETF from Roundhill. This ETF is very boring, but very simple. It offers you 0 to 3 month US Treasury bills exposure, but does so through an ETF. The distribution rate with this one is around 3.92%, so nothing insane, but a good place to park some extra cash in up until we see some more dips in the markets. So those are the names I decided to park my proceeds from selling off my 100 shares of the JP Morgan Nasdaq Equity Premium ETF. And even though I still do have some of this ETF in my portfolio, I don't necessarily hate the ETF by any means. It's done pretty well, but I do think there might be stronger options out there when it comes to high income oriented ETFs. All to say that before I go, I do have a question for you guys down below. Do you think my move of selling off some JEPQ and buying the names I share with you guys is a good move long term as far as total return goes, income generation, tax treatment? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like on it, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks as always for stopping by, and if you are interested in investing, make sure to check out these recent videos I posted right here.